Welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Theresa's gestation saves Alex romance after Victor's will change exposed? Days of Our Lives, DOOL, spoilers reveal that Theresa Donovan, Emily O'Brien, was floored when she came home and set up all the precious particulars Alex Kyriakis, Robert Scott Wilson, had been buying up. It's clear that Alex is loving his newfound wealth and all these materialistic effects he's suitable to get his hands on now. Still, Theresa mentioned commodity in DOOL's May 14th occasion that we want to address. During their discussion about Alex's riches, Theresa brought up the idea of Alex perhaps having heirs at law eventually to carry on the Kyriakis heritage. Alex admitted he'd no way seen himself as the fatherly type and misdoubted that kiddies were in his future. After Alex suggested Philip Kyriakis, Jean-Paul Lavoisier, and others in the family could carry on that heritage rather, he snappily brushed past the notion of having children. The fact that Alex is distancing himself from the idea of kiddies and being a father is awfully suspicious. On a cleaner, that's generally the kind of mindset a character gets before he eventually becomes a pater. Anyway. Day suckers know Theresa is keeping some massive secrets from Alex, who isn't really Victor Kyriakis, John Aniston, son. Theresa and Constantine Meliuni's, John Capello's, scheme is the only reason that Alex is suitable to live it up with all this redundant cash now. Sorely, the Wolfoni is also to condemn for a lot of pain. Alex admitted how depressed and miserable he was when he first discovered Justin Kyriakis, Wally Kurth, wasn't his father and his sisters weren't really his siblings. All of that misery could be been avoided if it hadn't been for Theresa and Constantine's plot, so Day's spoilers say Alex will have good reasons to be mealy when the whole verity comes out. Alex has eventually acclimated to his status as Victor's son and is now reaping the benefits, so the exposure of Constantine and Theresa's plan will change his world each over again. It's Xander Cook, Paul Telfer, who stands to inherit half of Victor's fortune. Formerly all this gets sorted out. Of course, the biggest change of all may come if Theresa ends up pregnant with Alex's child. Now that Alex and Theresa have hooked up again, he'll ultimately ask her to move in the Kyriakis manse with him, and that'll bring indeed more openings to hit the waists. Days may be gearing up for another surprise gestation plot if that discussion about heirs at law was any suggestion. Still, Alex may come a father whether he wants to or not, if Theresa delivers updates on some shocking baby news. Will a baby be what saves Theresa's love with Alex? Could that give Theresa a way to stay connected to Alex and pull him back in her direction, despite his wrathfulness? Days of Our Lives spoilers say Alex and Theresa's future could get messy, so we'll pass along further gestation prognostications, depending on how the story develops. Stefan and Kristen search, Marlena questions, Theresa plots. Tate's irritated Days of Our Lives spoilers for Tuesday, May 14th indicate that Stefan Demera, Brandon Barish, and Kristen Demera, Stacey Hayduke, are on the case to free Gabby Demera, Sherry Jimenez. Marlena Evans, Deidre Hall, believes Brady Black, Eric Martsolf, is in denial. Theresa Donovan, Emily O'Brien, is out to take back her man, Alex Kyriakis, Robert Scott Wilson. Tate Black, Leo Howard, is worried with Holly Jonas, Ashley Puzimis. Kristen Demera and Stefan Demera need to find proof to free Gabby Demera. Kristen and Stefan are about to join Jada Hunter, Elia Cantu, and Rafe Hernandez, Galen Gehring, in proving Gabby's innocence. Unfortunately, Kristen and Stefan are working on the same interest that Rafe and Jada are, secret substantiation she wasn't supposed to partake. Who'll find the evidence they need first? With Rafe trying to save his family, could he and Jada find themselves working alongside the Demeras as they search for a connection between Lee and Gil? Was Lee just in the wrong place at the wrong time, or did Clyde deliberately set this up so Gabby would be in captivity and he could use her to control Stefan? Lee Shins, Remington Hoffman, blood was lately discovered on Clyde Weston's, James Reed, Little Black Book that Gil Carter, David's Lee, was holding on to, but why? DOOL spoilers, is Brady Black in denial about his feeling? Marlena knows that Kristen is always working an angle. Still, it seems that Brady has been asking an awful lot of questions about Kristen, especially since she started dating Alex. Brady swears he'd no way be with Kristen again, but is he denying his true passions? Maybe indeed after everything she has done, Brady is still in love with Kristen. Meanwhile, Theresa needs Alex to stop sleeping with Kristen and propose to her. After all, Theresa promised Constantine Meliunis, John Capello's, part of Alex's plutocrat. Theresa's unanticipated gestation proved to be a vital moment that not only rescued her love with Alex, but also introduced new complications after the disclosure of Victor's altered will. The situation was fraught with pressure, drama, and a whirlwind of feelings, marking a significant turning point in their relationship. Originally, Theresa and Alex's love had been on shaky ground. They had faced multitudinous challenges, including misconstructions, external pressures, and particular precariousness that hovered to pull them piecemeal. Alex, a man driven by his intentions and the prospects placed upon him by his family, frequently set up himself at odds with Theresa's independent spirit and her desire for a more balanced relationship. Their love was inarguable, yet the path to a harmonious relationship sounded decreasingly fugitive. The stakes were raised vastly when Victor, Alex's influential and tyrannous father, passed away. Victor's death was a major event that transferred shockwaves through their lives. He was a man whose blessing and support had always been a significant factor in Alex's opinions and conduct. The reading of Victor's will was anticipated with a blend of anxiety and stopgap. Numerous anticipated it to give Alex with the coffers and freedom he demanded to eventually break free from the murk of his father's heritage. Still, the contents of the will turned out to be a ruinous blow. It was revealed that Victor had made substantial changes to the will shortly before his death, changes that significantly altered the distribution of his vast estate. Rather of securing Alex's future as anticipated, the revised will assessed strict conditions and reservations that left Alex feeling betrayed and disabused. Amid this fermentation, Theresa discovered she was pregnant. The news of the gestation came as a surprise to both her and Alex, adding another subcast of complexity to an formerly turbulent situation. Originally, the gestation brought about a myriad of mixed feelings. Theresa was overjoyed at the prospect of getting a mama, yet she was also alive about how this new development would affect her relationship with Alex, especially given the recent bouleversement caused by Victor's will. Alex, on the other hand, set up himself scuffling with clashing passions. The joy of brewing motherhood was tempered by the weight of his father's heritage and the daunting future ahead. Still, it was this veritably gestation that came the catalyst for change. The prospect of bringing a new life into the world forced both Theresa and Alex to reassess their precedences and their relationship. The petty arguments and undetermined issues that formerly sounded invincible began to blench in comparison to the responsibility and joy of parenting. Theresa's gestation acted as a grounding force, reminding them of what truly signified. It encouraged them to communicate further openly and actually about their fears, expedients, and dreams. For Alex, the gestation was a wake-up call. He realized that he could no longer live in the shadow of his father's prospects. The responsibility of getting a father inseminated in him a newfound determination to sculpt out his own path, free from the constraints of Victor's will. He began to see the changes in the won't as a curse, but as an occasion to review his life on his own terms. As they navigated the complications of their situation, Theresa and Alex set up their relationship strengthening in ways they hadn't anticipated. The participated experience of preparing for their baby's appearance brought them closer together. They began to rediscover the love and affection that had originally drawn them to each other, this time with a deeper understanding and collective respect. The challenges posed by Victor's will remained, but they no longer sounded invincible. Together,